Hello, and welcome to. I forgot my message. Hello and welcome to our Panoptic II Q&A live stream for July
Yes, we
2026.
are in July.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's twice in a row that we arrive right at the edge of the month, but
Still July.
still July, so so we're good. But so yeah, so thanks a lot for joining us either live if you're on the Discord and or on YouTube if you're watching this after the fact. If that's your first time catching one of these, we're going to do the same thing as usual, meaning we're going to start with a little bit of Patreon news, just give you a status of what we are, because if you do, in case you don't know, we're supporting the development of Panoptic II using a Patreon. You can see this on the on the bottom of the screen, and so yeah, we just like to give a little update. And then we'll get into news about the development of Panoptic II, so just give you an idea of what we've been working on and what's going on, and basically just the studio in general, where we're going. Well, no, we're not going anywhere, we're staying here, but just...
Where we're going virtually.
Yeah, exactly. And then we also are going to talk to you about what we did a couple of weeks ago. We spoke about it in the last live stream, but there was a game jam happening at the office, and we're going to give a little brief report about that, because that's something people can look forward to, that we plan on publishing at some point. Yeah. So this is coming down the line. And excuse me, we'll finish this with a few tidbits and just I think it's going to be a fairly light
this month. Yeah,
we'll see, but I mean it's the summer, everybody's like hopefully enjoying.
We hope for you that you enjoy your
summer. I mean summer in the North Hemisphere at least, so if you're in the middle of winter, then I hope you're also enjoying the winter.
I always forgot that it's just summer here.
Yeah. It's easy.
Sorry.
No worries. It's easy to forget. But
I'm not sorry for you. I'm sorry for them.
I know, but I was. Anyway, yeah. I was speaking on behalf of the people. Anyway, as you can see, where everything is firing on all cylinder here are at tip of this. And so, without further ado, let's start with some Patreon news, or I should say Patreon status update, basically, because there's not a huge thing. But as usual, we've prepared a couple graphs that you can see, just to have a snapshot of where it's going. So I feel like I'm gonna sound like a broken record, because it's sort of the same as last month. We had a slight dip in paid membership, and but an increase in terms of free membership. So that's nice to see the overall amount of people who are following the project along. That's super nice to see, and we're very happy about that. And like in general, there is like slight fluctuations in the paid membership, but as you will see in the next picture, it's still fairly stable. Actually, the difference here, we're now at like 231 euros per month, which I will let you convert in your own currency, because I forgot to do the computation beforehand. And basically, what's happened is
just one orb.
Yeah.
Disappear.
Yeah. So.
Like then place challenger.
Yeah, I don't know which challenger amongst yourself went ahead and broke one of the orbs, but there we go.
Please stop.
Yeah, leave the others alone.
Please stop to break my orb.
But so of course, like we're making the joke because the tiers are lend themselves to that, but it's of course like we're super happy about the support we're receiving. We say that each month, and
we are super happy each month.
Yeah. Turns out the happiness doesn't decrease, and we're very grateful to everybody who participates, even if it's for a while or something. Like we definitely know like situations change changes and just interest like wax and wane. It's completely normal, and yeah, it still counts. Like every amount of support really makes a difference for us. So.
Yes.
Thanks a lot. But so yeah, that's basically that's it for the Patreon news. Where we'll continue monitoring those numbers and try. There was a little bit of a lull in Patreon posting activity in the past few weeks. Bunch of reasons. It's going to be the same sort of reasons we're going to invoke for a couple of things in the.
We gave a lot of class.
Exactly. Basically, it's one of the first times we're together in the office. Like we've seen each other yesterday, and that's
during the evening.
Yes.
And today during the evening.
Yeah, so it's always at least one of us that's always giving class, and it's like a very pretty intense period for us. So that explains basically why we prioritize some other stuff rather than posting on the Patreon itself. But stuff is gonna ramp up a little bit. For example, the past 2 sessions were not uploaded on YouTube yet. They've been now uploaded. We're gonna publish them and the replay of this video at the same time. So that's gonna be posted. We're gonna try to get the ball rolling on stuff again, and we have a couple ideas of things we need to submit to people on the Patreon. Actually, the one thing that happened though. We'll talk about a bit later because it's the game jam, and that happened also on the Patreon for a bit because we had a theme voting contest. But before we get to that, we should talk about. I think we're making a video game, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a video game.
Yeah. Gosh. Turns out even VR games are also video games. But the jokes aside, we're going to start with a little bit of a dev update over Panoptic II, and we like to start by showing this visualization, which is again like a snapshot of our task management system, where you can see the progress towards the 3rd snapshot. And it's also like a memory game, because if you were there for the last session, or if you're catching up with those on YouTube and you're
I imagine people superposing the slide. Okay, they decrease this month.
Yeah,
it's possible.
Is it possible? Yeah, because you would see that. For example, I can take the bottom here, the estimated human days. We went from 29 to 30, and it seems weird that like a month has passed and now more time is left until we finish the snapshot that was left at the previous time. And how come? Well, basically, you can kind of see it happen if you do go back and look at the 2 graphics. There's some progress that happens, but also the number of things that we need to do increased, and that's a reality of development that we wanted to basically just touch on today because there was a good occasion. Is that basically when we finished, like for example, the 2nd snapshot. Well, but then you went ahead. I mean, we discussed it together on a functional level, like we say, like, oh, next we want to work on this, and that. But then you go ahead and you like split it in tasks, right?
Indeed. But at some point, when I split in tasks, sometimes some tasks need to be added because we when during the development we saw that there is this we need to add, or this we need to add, or maybe this system need to be refined, and it was not on our head when we did the planning. That's why the number of days increased, because we need to do that also.
Yeah, and so you combine the relatively slower progress, because again, if half of the studio is away somewhere else giving classes, then it's a one-person team.
And the other half need also to do some administrative tasks and so on.
Or like prepare the classes. So
yes.
you see, like there's a bunch of things piling up, but like still things are moving forward. We're improving a bunch of the system, and we do have something we can show basically there's one visible thing we can show you so that we can explain why that's exciting for the future actually of Panoptic II. And so let's switch to like a few screenshot or captures, and we'll leave it to you. You can pause the video now if you're watching it later, or you can type in the chat if you're here live, to see if you see what's weird with the screenshot, or like what's particular with the screenshot. So we'll give you. It's kind of dark, so maybe you have to like zoom or increase the brightness or something.
It's always when I do picture, it's dark, and when I play the game, okay, it's dark, but not that dark.
No, but it's also the contrast. Now we have the clear background, but with our banter, you probably had the time to stop and see. And so the correct answer was, I drew a hair drum roll. What's going on? Everybody is looking at the player, which is in and of itself like. Yeah. It could be a coincidence, right? But is it a coincidence, Thomas?
I would. It's I imagine me waiting for every challenger, every NPC look at me. No. What I did, it's an action that we can give to the NPC, and we give 1 point, one object that the challenger can look at, not the NPC can look at. And if the NPC do this action, he will turn to this object. And basically, for this picture, I ask to the NPC to look at the challenger. Mm-hmm. And then that's why you have this creepy picture.
Yes, picture. And so let's see it in action a little bit while we explain why that is a good idea. So this is sort of dark. I might show actually a version with the lighting turned off, so maybe that's better. So you can see there's a red object here, and if you look at the beings, the NPCs that walk, once they stop, they turn and they look towards the red cube, and so that's basically the new sort of action that was added to the system. And it doesn't like, it might not seem that much like big deal. They can look towards something, but one of the goals we have with Panoptic II is to enrich the system that we had for the first one. So basically, for Panoptic I, the beings could walk towards some place, wait where they were, and
walk.
And do some contextual action. So they could like do some sort of like activation animation, like what we call that work, because we were like in the mines, they're like mining crystals by shooting some little lasers of their own, or they do the same thing in the temple or the sanctum or something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but for example, in Panoptic I, if someone look at the overseer, it's obvious that it's the challenger. Mm-hmm. And here I wanted to make some action. For example, if one of the NPC reach a point and the overseer is near the NPC, maybe the NPC will turn and look at the overseer. One of the action that I need to do, and I already did that for the challenger, it's about inclination of the head. But if you combine turn and the inclination of the head, it will be perfect, and then the NPC will look at the overseer, and then create maybe a confusion that it's maybe a challenger. Mm-hmm. For example.
Yeah. So the design goal like behind those, because it's not only just cosmetic, like it's a nice thing, is that, like as Thomas was saying, there's like we do want to make it more subtle, like the deception more subtle. Like experienced Panoptic player will know that actually you can sort of see where the challenger is, the human player is, because of the way they turn, which is usually kind of different between the automated stuff from Unity and the way a human player is gonna maybe sometimes stop and turn and then move again, which is different from what Unity does by default for AI characters. And so we do want to make the NPCs, the behavior richer, so that there's a chance not only for the challenger to escape notice by the overseer, but also that they will have to see how the NPCs react to conform. So if we make the NPCs also look at, for example, the overseer, because that's like a very easy example to visualize, then that means that the challengers should also sometimes do it if they want to appear like an NPC. So there's all these like little intricacies that we need to test, and there's a whole bunch of options that we need to make it so that it's not too obvious that it's like, oh, somebody is like walking and then stopping and then turning and then looking and then waiting and then going. Like there's like an intricacy in trying to make the actions more like smoothly from fluently from one to the other, and so that's all that kind of systems that we are like basically experimenting on and then testing and then checking if that works, and etc. etc. There's also things like, for example, now you can grab the mask, the special mask from an NPC or from another player, and you can just like basically come behind them, just like yank the mask, and it happens like almost immediately. There's a little bit of delay, but like it's very quick, and the other person doesn't really have a feedback. Like if you take it from a challenger, they will like freeze for a second because they lose control while the animation is going, but the animation is like doesn't play in the correct direction. But so now this kind of system makes it so we can maybe either turn the two beings to face each other, so you can like more easily pass the mask and have open the way to a better animation, or at least we can do like, maybe if you grab it from an NPC, the NPC will turn so that you can get it and it's easier. But if it's for another player, maybe you have to be in front of them to get them, so that we don't like completely whip the camera around for one and
we don't know yet.
That's definitely
we need to test both and decide.
Yeah. So you see, so this is all to say that even though like the one result, like this screenshot that we give may seem sort of like benign or like a small part, it is a small part of a bigger system that's gonna make the game like much better in the long run. So hang in there. We're really like excited for you to try and see what's going on once it happens. But as we teased before, we also did something else in the past few weeks. Actually, it was last week. No, the week before, the weekend before. Not this weekend, but the weekend before. And when we say before, that means the date.
It was the 70. No, it was
1819.
1819. Yes.
So that, because we say that because we don't know when this is going up, but should be soon. But still, so 18th and 19th of July, we had a game jam here at the office. So it was a small affair that we decided to organize, because we wanted to have like a quicker turnaround, like a smaller project that we don't like commit to for like 6 years of development immediately here. Yeah, like I mean,
it never happened.
The last time we did a game jam, we ended up doing Sky Stranded, and that became like one of our main projects. So the last time we did a internal like a game jam here for the studio.
And the last time in Panoptic was one of the game jams.
Yeah. So there's always that risk, but here to minimize the risk, we had a board game jam. So we are avid board gamers. You might have seen this if you saw the photos of the office that we shared.
And if you watch the Arkham game video that we did, you can see that Bastien have a lot of board game, and I have also a lot.
Yeah, so it's just
And our office have also a lot of board games.
so we were like, okay, that's a good thing. Let's do a quick weekend jam. It's something we can just work on the both of us, and we can have something fun and share it with the community, and that's gonna be a nice little thing. And so that happened, and we did a voting contest, or like a just. We gather some proposals for themes in the Discord and on the Patreon and where we could reach people. We got a bunch of suggestions. We shortened them to a short list, and in the end, the theme that won was Wanderer, Roamer, and Drifter. So
it was the same team.
Yeah, it was basically like a pick your poison between those, but so the idea was there. And so what we did is sit down on the Saturday morning, and we're not going to do hour by hour.
Minute by minute.
Minute by minute, yeah.
Okay.
So please get comfortable, grab a snack, which you should always do when you watch these, and we're here for 2 hours.
In ASMR.
Exactly. Let's just go real close to the microphone. No, but so we did do a bunch of photos though, because on the Discord, and so if you want more information and you want more like context and see basically a replay of what was going on,
you can go to the Discord, because it's not on the Patreon part. And even if you are a free member or just not a member, you can go to the Discord, and we have a channel, and you look at the Discord in the same time. I think it's Game Jam.
Yeah, it's Game Jam channel. So you can see like we posted like regularly some updates for people to follow along. We did not do a public Game Jam, which means that this was not posted like on itch.io like we did for the previous Game Jams we organized, just because we wanted to keep it very simple, very streamlined. We did not want to set up rules or like have to have a review process. We were just like, okay, let's try this. It was our first like purely board game jam.
Yeah, it was the first time that Bastien and I, the game design board game during a game jam.
Yeah, so we really said like, okay, let's try this simple, but at least we wanted people like to have an idea. So we at some point will post some sort of a post-mortem of the game jam, but probably closer to what we will explain at the end. But basically here we compiled a bunch of photos and screenshots just to give you an idea of the process if you did not go to the Discord to check it out. And so basically the way we went about it is not too different from how we would usually make a game. There was just more crafts involved, but yeah, basically we started by having a long brainstorming sessions, which is something, if you ever do a game jam, we always encourage you brainstorm a lot and you throw out a lot of ideas, and then you dig until you find something cool with the theme, or that you find something resonant with the theme.
I think this time it was a bigger brainstorming session than usual. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I remember when we was young, past time, when we did a game jam with more people. The brainstorm session was longer, but this time it was especially long. But nice.
Especially since we decided to start, like we did not start on the Friday evening, we just started on the Saturday morning, and so it was like, also taking eating breakfast at the same time, and so honestly, it was fairly relaxed the whole weekend.
It was a really relaxed game jam.
But so we arrived, like we decided on a kind of game, and in the end we converged on an idea about you being part of a crew that needs to take the spaceship and go around a portion of the galaxy or a system and visit like different places and learn stuff where you go. So you would like meet new people and basically go take them with you on your ship, and they would teach you things, and if you like understood a number of new concepts, then you could go back to your starting space and win. So it was inspired by the Mass Effect species, right?
It was, I have a memory.
Memory leak, we talked about last month. So now you know all about memory leaks.
Yeah. Many superb segue.
But it's just it's Tally one, right?
Yeah, it's tally, but not tally. Not it's not the species. The species. I can hear that someone will hit me on the head because I forgot the name.
Get in the comments and please
Yeah.
answer us.
Oh gosh.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
But
The tally species.
and so there was part of the idea, and so we wanted to have like a map that would be like created during play, and you like going around and finding those places. And
I think it was between. The game was between tally species things and Valkyrie profile.
Yeah, because there was this idea that people could like teach you things, and either you would basically
Carrion. There is this carrion people. The species is carrion.
Okay.
Please don't hit me.
So it was this close to being banned by our moderator. That's that was the risk. That's why.
Our moderator is really into Mass Effect as me, but. Although not as me, more than me.
But but so yeah, so the idea was that you would inherit their knowledge either when they would leave you because they would like fulfill their tasks and something like this, or if they would die in like horrible conditions, then you would get sad but also still learn some stuff there. So that's kind of the idea, that at some point you would like let go of the people. Either you would let go or the game would let go for you, but there was this idea that your crew would like evolve around the game. And so after deciding on the topic, what we did is basically separate some of the modules of the game and work on it. So here you can the first pictures you can see like we were on our computers, and Thomas was here like designing one of the kind of cards. We did that like in Obsidian because we put all the rules in a text format that was easy to share, and used like some graphic tools like Excalibur to sketch basically the layout of the cards. And it was an idea so that we would work both on the rules and at the same time on the components that we would need, and like start like distilling what we needed. And then pretty quickly we had some of the systems we could test, because there was like the map movement thing that was pretty quickly in there. We had some ideas about the way the ship would work, and so we printed a few things. We cut them. That's what you can see there. Like we were using basically paper, and like making some temporary cards. And you can see here, like that's a photo of some of the first cards we made, who are very thematic because they just read location A, location B, location C. The idea is we did not have like specific rules there, but we wanted to test the movement and the general feel of the gameplay turn. And so we were just like, let's not put names on them right now, let's just try to see if mechanically things work. And so we printed a few of the other components that we needed. You can see here, this is something that actually changed while we were playing, because we basically, you had a way to steer the ship somewhere, and also to make it go fast or slow. And you can maybe see, like we just took a sheet and drew some stuff on the sheet. We were like, oh, we need a gauge to see how fast you go. Well, just like make some squares on the paper, and you can just move the piece. So that's a very easy way to prototype stuff. Yeah. And we went ahead and tested some ideas. You can like honestly see there's almost nothing on the cards. Some of them do have names, because at that point we were like starting to converge on some stuff. You had like a row of cards that would describe your ship. And you basically had to take the crew members that you had and make them go in different places of the ship to change the direction, or change the speed, or like rest or get back some energy, something like that. There was the whole idea that you would place your crew somewhere, and then the ship would move as a result of your actions. So things were starting like to gel, but it was still very like we were writing stuff down on the cards as we were playing, just to say like, actually maybe we should limit this, so let's put a limit of 2 things, or put this effect, or blah blah blah. So it was like really rudimentary, but that was really a good way to test the game. And then really quickly, just like going through the stuff, we had a pretty long period where we were on our computers, basically.
As we do video game.
Yeah, so actually it turns out board games are video games all along. Like it's
and you work on the PC.
So yeah, and Thomas, what did we do on the PC?
Thank you, Bastien, to ask me.
Right.
That
This very natural question.
Yeah, we design the card of the game. We have a program named Nandec. It's really rough. Not to say how to say that.
It's not the most recent modern software. For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
And the manual is on a PDF, and but it's really nice because you can code your card basically. Just describe to the program how you want your card, and then it will go to a spreadsheet to find the name of the card, the score of the card, the function of the card, and so on. Then you can do a spreadsheet with all your card, but just one line per card, and then you will convert that on card that and it's become you can maybe
but there's a just so that people know what they're looking at. So this is an example of one of the type of cards in the spreadsheet, so you can see the different columns and stuff, and this is an example. I mean, pause and zoom if you want to see, but basically the idea of Thomas was saying, like the code, so it's a specific language actually for
it's the Nandec code.
Yeah, so it's really something, but then that lets you really do directives for everything. And here, this is an example of a card that was generated using the tool. And actually, there was like a sort of a knock-on effect to what we used, because we basically arrived at a mechanic of card effects that would trigger at given times. So basically, every turn you would go through the ship and do for every room you would do every effect of the characters that were in there, or of the like, if I don't know, any cars that was in there, or the room itself. And so we had like a few. We decided on some symbols, and we had some iconography. We put that all in the spreadsheet so that it was consistent across cards. But it turns out that we used the same iconography for most of the card types. So the characters had effects. We reuse a lot of the same keywords and the same like icons and stuff like this. We had like some events that could happen in your ship or in your travels. They would use the same sort of resolution effect and the same order thing, and like it became actually a system that we could reuse on most of the types of cards, which was pretty nice actually.
And also the room and the crew member have the same. You have the same type of score. Instead of structure point, you have life point, and instead of cost, you have energy. But basically, it's on the same position, and
so we could be very easily make the design like consistent at almost no cost. So I mean, it's not to say that you cannot do that in other tools, of course, but this was very convenient especially for technical-minded people like us. That was pretty easy, and it was also a good way to balance stuff, because when you work in a spreadsheet, we could be like, okay, so we have 10 locations in the game because that was the number we decided on, and you could see like, how we put that kind of effect in this and this location, but maybe we need a fourth one. Because there's 4 effects of this kind that we put somewhere else, and it was a good way to see like repetitions in some of the effects and stuff like that. So it was really
what a surprise! Nice. Doing game design a spreadsheet is good.
Well, of course. It was a very natural fit, and also one of the things we used. I don't know if you're gonna. You can maybe see it a bit on some of the playtest pictures, is that you can do cards with Nandex, but you're not really limited to cards. So you can do player boards, you can do tiles. So we did our hexagonal tiles with that as well, and then just had to cut a whole bunch to make them work. Yeah, the most fun part of the of the day.
So much fun.
But you can see here, like that's a later playtest that we did on the second day, and there, like the game was like starting to come together. The rules were sort of working. There was definitely some issues. We died in space in our playtest
2 times.
Yeah,
we never win our game yet.
Yeah, but I mean, this playtest.
Yeah, we died so
just
much.
died in space. And without any
we
food.
were starving in space,
and so, but you can see like the game does become more complex. Now we have like a market of rooms you can build in your ship. So that was a system that was now in place. We had the things you see at the top of the screen, the top of the picture, you had like even the decks of different levels, because depending on if you were in a calm region of space or a dangerous region of space, then that would change the what you would encounter, etc. So there's a whole bunch of things that happen, and here you can see again like the ship with a bit more advanced cards. We had like slots to put the tokens on some rooms. Then you could see here there's like another card attached to a room, because we had stuff like, for example, you could have a gas leak in one of the room, and then if it exploded, it would damage the other room, or you could get like a fire going in the room, and then it would damage the room, and it could explode. Which, if there was a gas leak, would also explode the thing on the side. So there was a lot of very fun interactions that happened in the game. But of course, like there was still a lot of trick to do, and still some things like the crew members were not yet very defined, and so that was only coming there. And this actually there's another view of the playtest, and this is like the final playtest that we did.
We wanted to have a deadline, then we invite people, 2 people to come and play the game, because the game is basically made for 4 players. You can play with 2 players, but each player play 2 crew member, and if you have a 3 player, you can just one of the player play 2 player and 2 crew member. Basically,
it's cooperative anyway, so you're incentivized to just work together.
It's like to last Friday. Last Friday, even if you are 3 player, you need to play 5
characters.
Yeah, and then we wanted to have a deadline. Then we invite people for end of the day of Sunday. We hit together, and then we play the game during 2 hours.
Yeah, and so turns out we died in space again.
But it was fun.
But the general consensus was, and it was also good to have the feedback from people who did not know about the game beforehand. So maybe they had seen like the progress picture, but they did not know any of the rules. So we had to explain, like do the setup and then play. And basically the mechanics worked pretty well. Like the game was flowing fine, but as is the bane of, I think, a lot of people who make like that kind of game, the economy of resources in the game was not there yet, let's say.
Not yet, yes.
Even if we adapt, I was going to say we cheated. If we use the debug console, in the game to tweak some values to give ourselves more food and stuff like this, because the idea each time you would move, you would like lose one ration of food because of the expenditure of resources that you would do to fly in space for a long time. It was too punitive compared to the mood of the game we wanted to do, and so there's definitely some stuff we need to tweak. But we were like, okay, so at least we're validating like the general idea of the game. So I think that's the last picture. Yeah. So we were not in a temporal loop that made us just work.
What we did 2 weeks ago, Bastien.
Actually, we did a game jam. So no, but the idea is that we want to make this game available. We think it does need a little bit of tweaking before it's ready for a public test, because basically everybody would die in space now. So
it will be not a fun game. It will be really not a good fun game.
And so we just need to find a way to balance things, but also it's not out yet then because we're not using or like a work time or normal time, I'm gonna say, to
do the game,
to do that game, because again the idea is not to have another like very long running project, but
and we want to continue to work on Panoptic.
Exactly. Since it's supposed to be our job.
Yeah.
So
Then,
so it feels like that.
Yeah. Then we decide to make that like a side project, but more as a hobby.
Yeah.
Then we choose some dates to work on this project, like next week.
Yeah.
We have a day evening that we will work on the project.
And the idea is to be to get it to a point where it's playable, and then making it available on itch or something. We still need to iron out the exact conditions, but the idea would be that then people could try it, print it at home, and give us feedback basically, and then from there see what goes on. But so there you go. You have basically an idea of what we did there. If you have any questions, or if you're curious about the design of the game or the rules or whatever, happy to talk to you on the Discord or even in the comments here about it. I would say probably Discord is the easiest way to reach us.
I don't think we pass a lot of time on the comment of you on the YouTube comment.
No, we check them to see if there's.
Yeah, of course. But if you want a quick answer, Discord is the best place to reach us.
And you can easily reach us at discord.gg/teampanoptes, all one word. So that's an easy way if you want to come and pay us a visit. Anyway, so. I think that's it for
this month.
This month's dev update. Technically now we should have the Q&A, but we did not have any questions.
It's the summer, people and questions are in holidays.
Yeah, exactly. Questions are like, which cocktail or which mocktail or which thing or which warm drink do I order?
Yeah.
I almost did it again and assumed everybody was in summer. So we did not have anything really. Again, feel free to hit us up on Discord or Blue Sky or whatever if you have a question. And so we can quickly zip to announcements, which there is actually only one really. And
I look at Bastien
a bit scared because
what the announcement in the same time.
The announcement is that we floated the idea last time.
This announcement
of switching these live streams to Twitch, and we were thinking because we got some initial feedback that maybe it would be a good idea, but we're gonna formally do a poll with our patrons this month to see if people are okay with us making these live sessions more widely accessible in case people wanted to come and join here, rather than, because now it's a perk of the Patreon, so it would be different. So we're going to ask them, but if there is no opposition to the idea, this next live stream should be on Twitch.
And
we'll post about it anyway.
It will be before this time. It will be probably, I don't know, because there is the Gamescom. Then I probably think that it will be before the end of because I don't want to do that at Gamescom.
Could be like a Panoptic Live from Gamescom. Anyway, we'll do the same. Thing as this time, which means we'll post about it beforehand to announce the time. But it's not set in stone yet. Again, because of lots of things going on, including Gamescom. Okay, but then I think this is it for tonight. as usual, thanks a ton for hanging out with us. Again, it's also part of the support that you're giving us, and it's great to have it. So thank you very much. Thank you to all the patrons who support us financially. That's also extremely important. Probably even more important than in our current situation. So really appreciate it.
It's amazing to see people support us, and thanks for that.
Yeah,
so, really.
So there you go. We hope you have a lovely rest of your day, depending on the time where it's
and the season.
And end of the season, as well. But that's it for us here at Panoptic. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.